Hello and welcome. This is the general reading for Libra for January 2019. Welcome, all my Libran friends, and Happy New Year. Okay, so this is a general reading. You may like to also check out your other signs so you've got a good sense of the energy for sun, moon, and rising signs for January 2019. Now, I'm using the Gilded Tarot today, and we're also going to have a message from the Angels of Abundance cards here for an overall message. And Libra, as I was shuffling your cards for this reading, I asked Spirit what was the overall message that you needed to know for January, and they mentioned softness. They mentioned flow, they mentioned feminine, they mentioned more being. So I feel that, for many of you, you have been working quite hard actually the last few months. So perhaps January is a bit of a breather. Perhaps January is a little bit of a, stepping more into your feminine and more into your intuition rather than the doing. So let's have a look at what we've got here. We've got three reverse cards. We've got the King of Wands in reverse. We've got the Nine of Swords in reverse. And we've got the Queen of Wands in reverse. Interesting, we've got the King and Queen of Wands here. They're kind of the, like the top of the ladder when it comes to wands. And they're really about being in your passion and really being in that place where you've got that fire in your belly, but also really, really grounded moving forward with that passion. And, sometimes if there's three of them here that are in reverse, I will actually spin them around. But I'm going to just keep them this way this time because there's a message here that I'm sensing that I need to keep them this way. So let's read them the way they are. So with the King of Wands, they're typically up this way, someone very inspired, very inspiring, very driven, very passionate, a fire sign, really, top of the ladder in the wands, very grounded, but also very, very driven. I think I already said that, very driven. And so in reverse, I'm just getting the message here with this one that January isn't about being so driven for you. January is about, being more still, reaching that level of truth within yourself and, getting the balance back. And I think and it's interesting, we've got King and Queen here, it kind of balances, doesn't it? Because I know, Librans, that you like to be in balance. And with all the doing and everything, you've been so driven lately that I feel that the feminine needs to now come into balance a little bit more because I feel both sides are actually out of balance. And isn't it interesting here we've got the Nine of Swords in the middle, where you're really paralyzed with thoughts and really, needing to have a rest from that. And, stepping into your inner vision and inner wisdom. But in reverse, this really is a message to me across the board here that it's about stepping out of that business mind, that driven mind, that moving forward mind, that what will I do next kind of mind. For me, this is really about stepping more into being. That's really the overall message I'm getting. Stepping into being, because I feel the last few months really have been about you setting up things, getting foundations set up, either in your business or your career, or for some of you, learning the processes in a new job. And it's really time now in January to find that balance again. Get back into the feminine, into the flow, into the intuition, and these two cards are all about intuition as well. But I think January it's about having a little bit of a rest from the push and the drive forward and that constant fire in the belly. So, maybe February you can pick that up again. But I feel in January, it's really more about being. And that comes from the feminine side, the softness and flow, rather than being driven. So let's have a look what the Angels of Abundance cards want us to know this month for January 2019 for Libra. God is your source. Everything you need is supplied by the infinite, and your faith opens the doorway to receive. There's no lack or limitation. There's plenty of abundance for all to share. This really is about getting back in the flow, isn't it? It's really getting back into the feminine, into the connection, into the flow of life. Because in the flow of life, when we're in faith, when we're in trust, all of our doorways open to receiving. And, while we do need to be driven and need to be doing things and taking action as well, especially if you have a business or a career that is quite driven, there's also that time where you need to just take time out and just really feel the energy around you and tune into it and really get back in touch with who you are, your essence. Excuse me. Get back in touch with your essence. Okay, now, so with my throat going there, that always means something too. This is about getting back into your truth and really finding ways to express that. Because sometimes setting those things in motion in our business or in our dreams or in our passions, it is in our truth, but we get taken out of that in that flow of drive. So get back into your truth of who you are, and who you are really is love energy, God energy, if you want to call it that. God energy, love energy. You really are flow. Your abundance. Yeah. And there really is no limits when you are in that flow. So, moving forward, that's going to be a really great way to move through January, to get back in touch and get back in that flow, because then when you're ready to move forward again with this drive and these passions and this career or business, whatever it is for you, then you'll really be in the flow and you'll really be in that receiving energy. And this is also a little bit about competition. And sometimes when we're in this energy, it can be a little bit of competition. So this is also about saying there's plenty for all of us. There's no need for competition. There's just need for you to be in your flow, in your direction, in your truth. And it's just time to strike that balance really for you, Libra, for January 2019. Get that balance back again, that equilibrium, and get back in that flow, because then when you're ready towards the end of January, start of February, when you're ready to really step into that drive again, you'll be doing it in that flow of truth and love energy that's coming from within, from your heart space. Okay, I hope you have a really lovely month. Now, as I said, this is a general reading, so not all of it would have resonated with you, but if you would like a personal reading with me, all the links are in the description box, and you can certainly contact me. If you are a subscriber here, thank you, and I love you being part of this community. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and we would love to have you here. So have a fabulous start to the year, a fabulous January, and I will see you next time. Bye.